If you like ramen, hoverbike races, evading the law, and ramen, then welcome to Desert Child, a game about a lone hoverbike racer from Earth racing on Mars for the Grand Prix. I've been playing this game for a while. It's a fun arcade game, easy to pick up and understand, and the topic of today's video. Without further ado, Desert Child. The story takes place on Earth in the near future. In Chapter 1, you play as a lone hoverbike racer trying to get by, to get to Mars. You meet Lady Scarlet after the first tutorial race, showing us the shop, repair garage, and the ROM shop, which is going to be the main staple from Earth and on Mars. To leave Earth, you scrounge up around $500 to get a ticket to Mars and finally race on the Grand Prix. But you don't really get to race immediately, as you have to scrounge up $10,000, which starts Chapter 2. In Chapter 2, you have to scrounge up that amount to make the entry fee and race on the Grand Prix. In between races, you do a variety of other activities that can help you earn money for the race. You can help people on the job board, from bounty hunting, cattle herding, and teaching other people how to race. Others include delivering pizzas to a really catchy tune and dabbling in the underground crime world in the nightclub. This includes staging races, hacking banks, and causing distractions. What kind of distractions? I don't know. But once you make that 10K, you finally get to race in the big competition on Mars. After completing 2 races to qualify for the final race, you race against Lady Scarlet, the racer you met on Earth. Now once you beat her in the last race, all that hard work gives you an all-expense paid trip to Earth. So you get deported, which sucks. So to alleviate that fact, you race around the tracks for one last time with Lady Scarlet as the credits roll. In the end, the game is honestly more about the journey than it is about the destination. You may not learn anything or develop as a person, but what you do learn is the game mechanics at the last minute and end up finding it easier to do when you were already doing something. So, I don't know, there's that, I guess. Being a hoverbike racer, mostly every activity will be on your bike. Racing is pretty much the standard and pretty much the bread and butter of the game. It's a one-on-one race from point A to point B. There's a variety of different tracks that will take you to the deserts, a highway, the ocean, and other tracks that will take place around Mars, such as again, highways, deserts, woods, and I believe a sewer system. Other than that, the tracks are really fun. Maybe it's just me, but the vibrant color works against my favor when boosting into what I believe would be a cloud, which slightly cloud or obstacle. But for me, the obstacles kind of blend in with each other in the environments, and vice versa. It only messes me up a little bit, but still, I either win or lose the race in the end. Other than that, every race has a different song track, or often switches it up from different tracks, which makes each race very fun and intense. And each track has a different and unique obstacles, such as rocks, crashing waves, pipes, cars and such. There's also these hovering TVs that can block your path, which are very useful. Ones with cash can be collected at the end of the round. Regular TVs can refill your boost instantly when shot, and ammo when boosted into. Others can shoot you, so you have to shoot back. If you run out of ammo, you could also, there's a little truck that pops up in the bottom right corner that you're able to collect from if you boost into it, and if you're quick enough. Besides that, walking around the vibrant, pixelized city was a huge difference from walking in a straight line back and forth on Earth, which felt more like an oasis in the desert, when the sky shows all the ships traveling the solar system as they pass Earth. Mars is more than the 3 shops, as there are more different places to get food, bike repairs. You also pick up the odd jobs on the job board. There's also different places to get maybe a bounty hunter thing, and also different things to do in there. So there's a lot more on Mars than there is on Earth. Speaking of shops, food and repairing your bike is very important. You want to keep your hunger low and your bike well maintained. Hunger affects how fast your boost recharges, and the repairs affects your overall performance and your max boost meter. So the more hungry you are, the slower your boost will recharge, and the more damaged your bike is, the worse you'll perform. In addition, you also have upgrades that you can put onto your bike. Some of these upgrades can be magnets to pick up more money at a further distance, a booster to increase your weapon's ammo capacity, or equip a pizza sign to get a discount on your next meal. These bike parts can be bought or stolen off of other bikes at random. So if you're up for doing a silly little crime for your silly little bike, feel free to do those parts, to steal those parts. I don't know why I left that in there. All these are powered by power cells, which can be earned after races depending on your performance and can be sold. You can use these power cells to not only upgrade, but also add a power to your boosters. The more power cells you have in an upgrade, the better it'll perform. There's a lot about this game that I love. I'm very biased about it. The designs of the environment are very spectacular. The soundtrack choices is very well done. And the overall just strolling around Mars, it's just a vibe in itself. It's literally just like the lo-fi hip-hop beats to study to. It's a really fun feel to it, and there's nothing more that I can really like to it. The game takes a lot of inspiration from like Cowboy Bebop, from the intro cutscene to the trailer, and the anime Akupara. And in some aspects, I'm not really that much of an anime expert in that, but it just has that vibe to it. The main character is more of a blank slate. You have to interject yourself. You decide what you do during those days, and basically just builds up what your character is. Are you going to be, truth and honestly, a racer from start to finish, or are you going to find a way to thieve yourself in and take undercover jobs with the nightlife thing? He has a cool design. It's not bland, but it's a very cool design to him that I really like to him, and I couldn't really ask for it much. The story itself is a point A to point B. Everything else in between is done at your own pace. No need to rush into things, which I really like. No sense of urgency to complete the game. It's so chill, so why should the game force you to, get to the end? You can basically finish the game whenever you want. The game doesn't end when you have the 10,000 to start the race. You can just start whenever you want. There's not much to complain about this game, but there are some things that I wish were in the game. Some of the activities were given a vague explanation about jobs or what you're going to be doing. Like hacking the bank. It just says, hack the bank. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to shoot the bootleg Windows XP logos or the Vaporwave statues at the same time, or avoid one of them. I just wish there was more to do with the cosmetics in your bike. I really liked the bike, but maybe like changing your color of it, maybe the shape, maybe along with the booster, the mods, you can actually change the shape of the bike to help configure what your build for that bike is going to be, and make it have more power cell storage, make it a more tankier bike, or make it more faster. There's just a lot of things. It's a minor thing, but I'm glad with what Desert Child is able to do. There's a Halloween section to this game that I actually did see. I got to play it in October of 2022, and it was really great to see the designs, the decorations. Even the intro is a bit different when your character dressed up like Jack from Nightmare Before Christmas, or sort of outfit like that. It was really cool. Decorations as well. It would be really great to have that for the other holidays, but I understand that there's probably a lot of time-consuming work to be done when trying to create that. So I'm really glad of what we got for a Halloween update. So now you're probably wondering, what's the end result of this game? Well, Desert Child is a very fun arcade game. It's easy to pick up and it's easy to manage. I hope the pixelated art design is something everyone likes, maybe for that nostalgic feel or just an overall preference. The game can be vague at times, but while doing activities that aren't racing, but if you could get over the rest of the game shouldn't be an issue. The game itself reminds me of Carole and Tuesday. It's an anime on Netflix, and it was with the same similar premise, with Mars being a vibrant city on this red desert planet, while Earth is nearly desolate and becoming what Mars used to be, pretty much almost abandoned, without that immigration issue from season 2. At least I hope, unless there's like some sort of ARG or something I missed in there. It was just the overall vibe to it. There's the same thing from like starting from the bottom and trying to make it to the top, which kind of was really fun to do. Do I recommend the game? Yeah, I recommend the game. It's a little fun. You could pretty much complete it whenever you want. Complete it, you don't win the Grand Prix or steal bike parts. You know, just whatever floats your boat. Or you could just have the game's soundtrack play in the background while you're just doing other things. You literally buy this game for like $4-5 just to play the soundtrack. You could do that. But if you're wondering, the creator Oscar Brittain, I am so sorry if I pronounced that wrong. He also makes other short games, mainly nonsensical, but a good time killer if you can play through the games he has made. I'll leave his website in the description, so hopefully you can support his work if you're interested. But for now, play Desert Child on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and the PC. And wherever you get your games. Hopefully not pirated.
Coming at you with the boom shakalaka. I'm the mic mutilator, Lonnie-O's the beat rocker. So hurry up and get the confetti ready. Man, I got people coming over and I'm trying to make spaghetti. We're coming at you like Helga Pataki too. Pippi steps wacky and I'm the Mac Daddy true. I amaze on the mic like a minotaur. Got a snap bang, keep it going like Jabberjaw. And I'm more Count Duckula than Howard the Duck or Huckleberry Hound. What? This sound, what? This thing now. This sound, what? This thing now. And I'm